Welcome to the show. Today, we're diving into the world of testing frameworks, and specifically, we're going to explore a fascinating new player in the game, Vite. Now, if you're not familiar with Vite, think of it as the speedy little engine that powers your modern JavaScript applications. It's designed to make development faster and more enjoyable, so you can focus on building awesome stuff. Now, why should we care about testing? Well, testing is like a safety net for your code. It ensures that everything works as intended, and it saves you from those embarrassing moments when things go wrong in production. Today, we'll break down some key features of Vite's testing framework, using a piece of example code that highlights its capabilities. Let's start with a simple analogy. Imagine you're assembling a piece of furniture with multiple pieces. Without testing, you might end up with wobbly legs or a missing drawer. Testing frameworks like Vite act as your instruction manual, making sure each piece fits perfectly and functions as expected. So the code snippet we've found begins with some familiar imports: assert, describe, expect, and it from Vitest. This is where the magic begins. Each of these functions plays a key role. For example, describe is used to group your tests into suites. It's like setting up different sections in your manual for the chair, table, and so on. Now, within our suite, we have individual tests defined by the it function. Each test checks a specific functionality. For instance, the first test is checking if 1 plus 1 equals 2. Seems simple, right? But it lays the foundation for verifying that your calculations are correct. And here's a fun fact. The second test uses an assertion to check the square root of 4. You might think, well, that's basic math. But tests can sometimes reveal unexpected issues when more complex calculations are involved. The importance of these basic tests can't be overstated, as they're the building blocks of our more intricate logic. Now let's talk about something cool called snapshots. The third test is particularly interesting. It uses something called a snapshot test to verify if an object matches a previously defined shape. It's like taking a picture of your furniture once it's assembled to ensure it looks the same every time you assemble it. This can be immensely useful when you're working with complex data structures or UI components. As we wrap up our code breakdown, it's clear that Vite's testing framework isn't just about checking boxes. It's about ensuring that every piece of your application works harmoniously. This leads us to an important question for developers. Are you ready to embrace testing not just as a chore, but as a fundamental part of your development journey? So, as we conclude today's episode, let's reflect on what we've learned. Testing frameworks like Vite not only safeguard your code, but also enhance your confidence as you build out features. Remember, investing time in testing today saves you headaches tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this exploration into Vite and testing frameworks. If you found this discussion insightful, think about how you can implement consistent testing practices in your own projects. Until next time, keep coding and keep testing.